Right, now hopefully everybody can see me and hear me. Hoping everybody can hear me anyway. It was meant to be Mafia 2, it's now Farm Simulator at the minute. Because Mafia 2 doesn't allow broadcasting. So, unfortunately for some, they will find that pretty boring. Right, can everybody hear me? Can you hear me, babe? I'm gonna look at my stream manager to see if everybody can hear me. Yeah, good. Good. Thank you, babe. Right, hopefully we'll have a few more viewers dropping in. But we'll have to wait and see who's about and who's not. Wait until a few more drop in before we start on about keto and things. Hi, Grace. Still only showing us one viewer. Very odd. There we go. Right. That's annoying. I was in the middle of harvesting this field last time. Need to otherwise people are going to be saying that is not Mafia 2, and well spotted. No, it's not. Right, just quickly edit my stream info. Right, there we go. Hopefully everybody can see that that's changed now. Do not harvest during rain or hail. What are you talking about? Right. I was hoping to have 1 or 2 more viewers by now. But we're only 9 minutes in, so we'll keep plugging away. Gonna be on about keto tonight and the diet that's involved with it. So if anybody's interested in keto, obviously stick around, join in the conversation. If you're not interested in keto, then enjoy the farming sim. Ah, some of the graphics are not quite loaded in yet. So I'm going to drive off the field just to see if that loads back in eventually. It might not. But let's hope. Don't know why that was parked up there, but I dare say we'll see you later. So while we're waiting to hear from everyone. Oh right. Don't think I've loaded in the right game here, but clearly not now. That is a massive trailer. No, I don't think I have. Something's gone desperately wrong with this save, so... Yeah, sorry about that. Kicked out of game there. As I thought something had gone wrong with that save. And we got booted out. So that's better. Sorry about that, guys. I thought I did have the audio issue sorted, but clearly we're still lacking on a few things. Right, so as I was saying before that went on, for those of you who don't know, keto's high protein, high fat diet, low carb. So many people do struggle with headaches and things like that. I must admit, when I started, I've been on it just, I think it's 2 weeks today. It did make me feel a bit groggy. I don't think I suffered with massive headaches, but I know some people do. But then again, I am taking electrolytes, which are basically the salts that your body needs and need to process everything healthily. So whereas you'd normally get those from your carbohydrates in your diet, you sometimes have to replace them, although I'm not sure if I need them or whether it's just a comfort thing, because I'm using a lot more salt in my diet, proper sea salt, not table salt. So like I say, I'm not 100% sure if it's that or if it's the electrolytes what are making me feel okay. I don't know. I don't know for sure. If you're watching this back on YouTube and you are trying keto, just post in the comments how you're doing, whether you're taking electrolytes, whether you're not, and how you're coping with any sort of ill effects. I didn't seem to have any. I felt a bit groggy and possibly a little bit slow, but ever since it's kind of kicked in, I felt okay. I felt good. I seem to have a lot more energy than I used to. I have this week been on probably quite a bad week for sleep and things like that, and I did crash out yesterday and slept in a little bit this morning, but it didn't seem to be as bad as I was expecting it to be. So I'm hoping that that's sort of cured itself now, with a bit of extra sleep. We'll see how we go in the morning, really. But again, if you're watching back on YouTube, let me know how you're feeling, whether you're struggling with your sleep, whether you're, is your energy levels up, are you crashing out? Just let me know. I'm gonna let night cycle through, and then I will slow down the timing game. I usually have it set on fast pace just to let crops grow. I'm hoping that a few more might drop in soon so we can have a proper chat about keto with some people who are in keto, in ketosis, whether they're struggling to get into ketosis, whether they're easily knocked out of ketosis. Now I know to some people, to the people who aren't too bothered about keto, who aren't in here to listen to it or anything like that, you might not know a lot about it, but I think we've all heard of ketones. This was a big weight loss thing that was bandied about a year or two ago now, actually, and seemed to be a big fad. But it seems to me that it's not actually a fad anymore. It's come out that it's actually really healthy for you to have ketones. Now, I know a lot of people find this sort of stuff very skeptical, very, oh yeah, another weight loss fad. Ketones themselves were a fad, or seem to be, but you can get your body to produce them naturally. I know it doesn't really make sense until you look into it, and I'm hoping there are a lot of you might. But basically, when you're not eating carbohydrate, and the easiest way of explaining carbohydrate is it's sugar. It's an artificial, really processed sugar. Now, many people think it's just bashing carbohydrates, everybody does, when they're on these sort of diets. But if you look into it, like I say, and go and do a little bit of research, like I did have to before I started, and basically every sort of carbohydrate or starch or anything like that is basically a complex sugar that your body breaks down into sugar for energy. Now, you might think you're on a low sugar diet and you're fairly healthy and this, that and the other, but if you're eating carbohydrates, you're eating sugar. You don't know that you're eating sugar because it's packaged up as something else, or as pasta or rice or something like that. But it is sugar, and your body recognizes it as sugar. So your body's processing it out to get all the sugar out of it, all the energy out of it, and everything, right? But you, as a person, weren't designed to run on these complex sugars. So your body, as a human being, your body's designed to burn fat because that's what we were consuming as cavemen. And I'm sorry to say, many of us haven't evolved much further, and we haven't at all. People say, oh well, I've evolved beyond this, that and the other. The truth is, you haven't. Nobody seems to have evolved past this need for energy, past the need for anything other than what we eat. We eat food as fuel. Yeah, we eat food as fuel, but when we're eating complex carbohydrates, we're giving the body the wrong sort of fuel, because we're designed to burn fat. We are fat burning machines, really. That is meant to be our fuel. We were, as much as vegetarians and things, I understand you've got your principles, you've got things like that, but we were designed to eat meat, fish, and the occasional leaf we could scrounge up. And I think there's a similar one to keto that's called paleo, which is along the same sort of lines. But we're sticking with keto tonight. Now, Keto's more straightforward than you think. It's mainly meat, eggs. I said to my wife today, I was eating eggs. Again, I'm getting a bit bored of it and trying to find something else. But when you're cooking your meals from scratch, which you are doing on keto, you're cooking it fresh from scratch. You're trying to find something to fill you up, to make you feel full, because you have to consume a large amount of protein and fat, like I say. But as bad as it sounds, your fat in your diet is actually about 75% of what you're eating. So 3/4 of what you're eating daily on keto is fat. But you're educating your body to burn fat. So at the moment, you can probably see I'm actually sweating at the minute. All I'm doing is sat up in my room, and I am burning through fat. I have tonight actually been a little bit naughty and had some ice cream, which is loaded with carbohydrate. I had probably 120 grams of ice cream, there or thereabouts, and 48 grams of that at least was carbohydrates. It was sugars. So tonight I have definitely gone over my carbs for the day. On keto, when you're doing it strict, you try and aim under 20 grams of carbs. Now, I know it sounds a bit complicated. Oh, why are you counting that? You have to read the packet on everything. You have to do it. Yes, you do. But it's easy enough to calculate, because you just look at carbohydrates that it contains per whatever serving is in. And then you look further down, see if there's any fibre in it. And then you take out whatever fibre's in it. And you end up with your net carb amount. Now, your net carb amount is what your daily allowance is. So, like I say, if you're on strict keto, you're trying to aim for 20 grams or below. It does sound easy. But there's carbs in things you wouldn't think of. There's carbs in a cup of tea. You have a splash of milk in a cup of tea, you're talking 2 grams of carbs per cup. It's simple things that we take for granted, but still contain carbs. So you're trying to cut that out. You're trying to consume fat, educate your body to burn that fat, and then, I mean, like in the past 2 weeks, I got weighed Tuesday of this week. I'd not lost much. We're a bit disappointed with myself. I'd lost around 2.5 pound. So, you know, I sort of got a bit annoyed with myself. Started to buckle down and really make sure I was getting under that 20 grams a day. But since I've done that, from the Tuesday to the Thursday, I actually lost 5 pound in a couple of days. So overall, I'm 8.5 pound down in 2 weeks, which anybody who's been dieting, anybody who's suffered with diets and things like that, 8.5 pound in 2 weeks is pretty damn good going. And I've done dieting before. Everybody's done dieting before, and you think you've got to starve yourself, and you know, you've got to eat less, you've got to exercise more, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. And anybody who's busy, you know, and people do get busy. I've got an office job. I sit around. I'm not gonna lie. I don't always do my 10,000 steps a day. That's your target, or sometimes I don't even reach 5,000 steps a day. That's because I'm sat in front of a computer. That's not something that anybody can help. That's got to be done. That's my job at the end of the day. So I understand that people have got busy lives, this, that, and the other. They don't want to be cooking from scratch every day. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, you don't want to be cooking from scratch every day. It's a pain in the backside. I agree with you totally. And when you get in and you're knackered, you really don't want to have to start cooking. But if you want to lose weight, this is a really good way of doing it. I mean, for example, the other day I took to work a few eggs and had those for my dinner, scrambled. Come home, then did myself some steak and some cavolo cabbage, all cooked in butter, all of it cooked in butter, with plenty of salt and pepper on. And did myself some mushrooms, put some cream on them, made like a sauce, and put that over the top of the steak. But the thing is, all the time you're doing it, you're having to remember that you've got to keep your fat up. So you've got to use butter. Don't use butter spreads, because half the time they're contaminated with other oils and things like that, and they themselves can contain carbohydrates. So use proper block butter if you can. I keep looking at various different things, but this type of food that I'm eating is stuff I enjoy eating. So I think it's a good diet for me, but most people would go, "Hang on, you're eating butter with everything. That's ridiculous." And I can understand where they're coming from, but you've got to think, to educate your body into burning the fat, you've got to give it fat. So you've got to get out of the mindset of what you've been told of every other diet, and every other diet's starve yourself, don't give yourself this, don't give in to cravings. Everybody gives in to cravings. Eventually it gets too much and you are going to give in to those cravings. You are. Whether you could be the most mentally strong person in the world, eventually you are going to give in to that craving. Because it just pushes you beyond. So I do understand about giving into cravings. I mean, I've done every other diet going, really. I don't think there is a diet I haven't tried. Tell a lie. I tell a lie. I haven't tried Atkins. I never tried Atkins. I believed the press at the time and thought it was too dangerous, this, that, and the other, and didn't have a go at it. But now I'm doing keto, I'm kicking myself because I could have been doing this years ago. I mean, they are fairly similar diets. I don't know what the main difference is between keto and Atkins, but they are different diets. If you go onto a website called Diet Doctor, I think they can give you the definitions of the difference between them, but At the minute, I don't have that information in front of me. That's not going to fit through there. There are a few websites and things that can help you if you are doing keto. Diet Doctor's one of them because it gives you a printable list of foods to have and foods to not have. It just makes things a little bit easier. So it tells you what to avoid and what to stick to. If you get the list of what to stick to and you stick it on your fridge like I have, then there's no confusion. You check the list, it's there or it's not there. If it's not there, don't have it. If it's there, have it. And just make sure you record it in your app. If you've got an app, if not, try and use a food diary and try and record your net carbs of each food. I know it is counting. Don't be fooled into thinking it's not, because every diet you're counting. Every diet you're usually counting calories. Throw the idea of that out of the window, because that is just not going to happen on this. You are not counting calories, you are counting net carbs. So it can be difficult for some people to get their head around. I explained it to my wife. She initially was skeptical. I don't know if she still is. She'll tell me, I dare say. But it's not such a bad thing at all, really. It seems that it's pretty damn good. It seems that it's working out well, but she'll tell me otherwise. Anyway, so this seems to be working well for me. I was hoping we'd have a few more viewers in to talk about their experiences, but it doesn't look like anybody else is joining in for the minute. So I don't know whether to just wait it out. Well, for the time being, we'll wait it out. And we'll hopefully continue on about keto when a few more people come on. I hope I've explained it well enough. If not, get into the chat, tell me. Get into the comments on if you're watching it back on YouTube, as I've said, and let's talk about it. Let's get a conversation going, and we'll attempt to try and either dispel a few myths or get a few questions answered if anybody's got any. Alright, I'm just going to start planting. I'm going to check if I own it first. No, I don't. So, let's just have a quick look in the menu. It's chosen to do a save at that point. I forget how to do this half the time. There we are, lands. Oops. Buy land, there we go. Buy land, yes. Let's try and go through them all if we can. Now you can't do multiples. Right, I'm hoping that more people will join us shortly. I do keep saying that, but so about that 19, 20, 21, 22 we already own, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35's down there. Right. So we own the place, there we go. Select seed. Let's change it to canola. Hire a worker and let him go. Shift that wagon. I think we should help harvest this wheat. This complex carb. Sorry, this wheat. Right. I'm actually going to... Oh, no, not. What's happening now? Why is it reversing up? Where the hell are you going? I dismissed that worker, he seems like he's drunk. I had a turn on harvest. Really don't know what that was all about. Hi there! 10 dogs in a row. How are you this evening? We were just... yeah, very good actually. We were just having a little discussion about keto. I don't know if you know anything about it yourself. Nope, not a lot of people do. We were talking about it because it's basically it's a high fat, high protein diet, and most people think you have to eat low fat, low calorie to lose weight. I was one of those people. But over the past 2 weeks, my opinion has been changed, very much so. So I started it 2 weeks ago, and so far I've lost 8.5 pounds by eating high fat, low carb meals, basically. We were discussing about the pros and cons of it, because a lot of people were scared off by Atkins and things like that, which had a really bad press back in the day, probably early 2000s, maybe even before that. I don't remember the timeline too well. And basically a lot of people were put off by it because of headaches and things like that. As I was saying before you dropped in, I have had feeling of grogginess, really, but nothing as bad as what they'd said. And they try and scare you off, saying it's so, you get headaches, you feel ill, I have heard of a few cases of it, but as long as you treat yourself right and try to do something about it, it seems to work. What about yourself? Did you drop in tonight because of the topic or because of the game? We'll just wait for a response there. I think my stream is a few seconds behind, so I know asking the question, I just want to watch. Fair enough. I know. Like I said, the stream's a few seconds behind. Yeah, it's been slow going tonight, but hopefully we'll get a few more in. I'm hoping my other friend drops by. He's done keto as well. He's further along. I think he's actually come out the other side and he's starting to eat a more normal diet now. I don't know if he's fully back on normal carbs or if he's still sticking to keto as much as he can. But I'm hoping to find out tonight if he drops by. So we'll have to keep our eye out for York's Pud 13 if he drops in. I'm hoping he will. I'll just send him a little message while I can, just while we're dropping that off. Live mate, if you're on your computer. If you're near Twitch. Right. No, no, not from Canada. From the UK, mate. UK. From a town called Doncaster in South Yorkshire. Are you from the US or? Ah, from Canada. Ah, I see. If you don't mind me asking, which part? I know there can be some wild country out there, but Alberta. Right. So it's a main city, really, then Alberta, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. See, the uh, only bits of Canada I've seen really have been on, say, the likes of Gold Rush or things like that, the Yukon. So it's not a true representation of Canada itself, obviously, because a lot more people live in the cities and close to civilization. That's a bit out in the sticks most of the time, isn't it? We'll just plant a few crops while we're skating about. Let's have a look at getting some more equipment in. So, we'll need a potato harvester. Definitely. Funny looking thing, I know. Get one of those. We'll get a beet harvester if we can find. It's cotton technology. Forest harvester, sugarcane. Am I being blind? It's quite possible. Beet technology, there we are. We need a Roper XL. Thanks for that. Yeah, it is a pretty decent beard at the minute. I keep having to trim it for work, but it's coming along quite nicely at the minute. My my wife keeps threatening to to plait it, but I keep saying no. Keep resisting that one. Let's have a look what we've bought at this thing. Yes, she did. Yes, she did used to plait it once, I think. But I never went out of the house with it plattered, thankfully. It was a bit of an assault. Still a little bit dark on this farm, but it's only 6:30 in the morning, it says, up in the top corner. Sorry, somebody was shouting outside then. I looked up and over. So what sort of time is it over there with you 10 dogs in a row? Right. So 1 o'clock in the afternoon then. Ah, that must not be ready yet. Because we can't harvest as yet. So we'll keep going with this wheat. Over here we are 1 minute to 8 in the evening. So a few hours in front. Yeah. I know that's going to go quicker than we're harvesting, so I will have to come back and stop him eventually. This is taking an age to actually plant anything. I'm going to have to see if I can get a bigger planter. Cultivators. No, they're just ground rippers. So where are we? Sugarcane, forest, auger wagons, planters. There we are. That's the one. That's the one we need. And we might as well get a new tractor to go with that. Decent tractor, a medium one. Oops. Stick with John Deere. Wide tyres on it. That means we can go and plant some fields much quicker than we are doing right now. There we are. I meant to say these, they do actually... Oh, you're back, you're back, you're back. What happened there? Did you drop out, or did you have to just disappear for a few minutes? So. Yeah, the equipment on here does generally have a horsepower recommendation. So, if needed, had to get you salad, right? That's funny. That was pretty much what we were on about. But see, that you can do on keto as well, be having salad. Ah, that's corn that's going down, so we need a different harvester again. But you'd have to have sort of mayo. Brisk. I'm not sure what brisk is. I don't think we have that over here. Go on then, enlighten us. What's brisk? Okay then. Let's have a search. Brisk. Ah, Diet Brisk lemonade. Walmart, Canada. Let's have a look. Ah, iced tea. See, it was coming up with returns for lemonade and things and all sorts, and it turns out it's iced tea. Don't think it's too bad, is it? Is it lemon or peach? We get Lipton's over here. Lipton's iced tea. Let's have a look then. Lemon. Must admit, I like iced tea. I do like iced tea. Have a look. What are you getting in that? Carbohydrates, 17 grams. And it's pretty much all sugar. And that's per 355 mil. But it's you're not gonna die. No, no, no. Definitely not. I know sugar's bad for you, but I'm not one of the doom and gloom. Oh, you must eat this, or you're done for. Definitely not one of them. I don't see the point in it. Don't see the point in denying yourself something sometimes. I know that keto gives you a bit of a boost and things like that when you've tried everything else. But if you want sugars, then you want sugars. That's fair enough. Each to their own. I'm not a preacher of, oh, you must do this, must do that, and same as vegetarians. If you want to be a vegetarian, fair enough, be a vegetarian, but don't go around trying to convince everybody else to be a vegetarian. I don't see the point in it at all. I am probably the biggest non-vegetarian going, but I do think everybody should have a choice in what they're doing, and if they want to, whatever people want to eat is up to them. I never. Mum and Dad tried to. Yeah, it's the sugar. It's basically you're addicted. You are addicted to brisk. It sounds like you've been having quite a bit of it, and yeah, that's got a tight hold on you. Definitely there, mate. It's gonna go off the line. There's gonna be a gap. There is a tiny baby coming to bed. Tiny baby. Which, incidentally, for most of you, new fan or old, that's why I've been off for such a long time. I've been out of streaming since May, I believe. Yeah, 9th of May. I think was my last one. So yeah, that is why I've been out for such a while. A new player has entered the game, as it were. So you are. Yeah, I'll not say no about that. Yeah. So let's try and get under this pipe. There. Let's see how much this fills up. Because I'm pretty sure the capacity on all the harvesters doesn't fill up the trailers in a wanna. Although it's emptying slower than I thought it was gonna. Might be a 2-trip trailer. Yeah. Count all the grades in the trailer. Too many. Too many. Yeah. 1, 2, miss a few. Yeah. No, still can't harvest that. Right. Let's have a look at what else we've got going on. Wow. A massive cultivator. Subsoilers. Crop protection, this is sprays. Weeders. Forestry equipment. Thanks, 10 dogs. See you later, mate. So I'll look at some forestry equipment. Let's see if we can have a play about there. No, that's not the type I was thinking of. Forestry machines, there we go. Let's have a go with that one. Let's go with that. Magnum they were called, weren't they? There we go. We'll have those. Let's go try and cut some trees. This should be fun. This looks a beast of a thing. There were lots of trees up at the top. Have a quick look at the map. Ah. So if I go beyond 24 there, over this way. Let's go and see if we can take down some trees. Change cut length to 1 meter, 2 meters, 3 meters, 4 meters, 5 meters, 6, 7, 8, 1. So, ooh, tripped over my own chainsaw. Ah. Just had a message from my friend. He's in Alton Towers. I forgot about that. Missed it. Don't have access to this land. Yes, I do. Right, does that mean you have to buy it? Yes, you do. Ah, so you can buy these little parcels. Ah, so all these blank bits. No, that bit I can buy. No. No. For everything else, I can buy. Aha. Ooh. Right, let's change the cut length to 3 meters. Let's try and lift it off the floor as well. Go. Cut. See, an 8 meter long cut then. That looks more like it. That looks more like a log to me. Never mind, don't shit in my field. There we go. That's one tree down. Let's go get another one. Try and get it as close to the bottom as I can. Oh. Hey up, mate. Chuffing out. Oh, right, okay. We were just having a quick word about keto and stuff. On about different things. We had a lad from Canada drop in. Seemed to be addicted to sugar. And he was drinking iced tea every day. Was a bit interesting. How about you? Are you alright, mate? Yes, I think she has. Getting better at this. Right, well, we're done. Good night. We've had a follower from Canada. We're down to one viewer again. So, alright. So, thanks to everybody who hopefully gonna probably next week now. So yeah, thanks for joining in, and I'll see you all again.